So my iPad stopped doing any sound. So we are going to take a look at that right now for me to show you what's going on. So as you can see, no sound at all. So let's go and fix that. So we will start by heating up this area and this area. Heating is done. We start to pry it open. With the help of a sucker, we pull the glass up and then we use a little pry tool to go in and start removing the adhesive. This iPad has been opened before. This screen has been changed like 5 or 6 times already, and so it's just a to-go tablet to use at home. So after using the pry tool, I use this little card to cut the adhesive. On this area here we need to be careful because there is a ribbon cable that I accidentally broke, but we'll see that further into the video. So the power button stopped working, but we'll see the resolution of that as well. So we keep up on heating on the areas that the adhesive is still strong, and we do the same procedure all around the iPad, being careful on this other side because that's where the touch screen connects. So now that most of the screen is unglued, we just open it as if this was a book. So we open from the part where the buttons are, carefully not to break the glass, all the way through the other side until it opens. This area where I'm touching now has a little Wi-Fi antenna. We need to be careful with that, because if that breaks, there's no Wi-Fi on the tablet anymore. So we finally open it, just like a book, as I said. We have to open it to this side because of the ribbon cable for the touch screen. So we go through the remains of the adhesive in order to remove the screen without damaging it. And now with the iPad fully open, we now will remove the screen. There are usually 4 screws. I only have 3 left. Phillips screws. So after removing the screws, we pry the screen up to the same side as the touchscreen and pull it up so we can then remove the ribbon cable that is connecting the screen to the board. Here we use a little tweezer to pull up the clip and remove the ribbon cable from its place. We pry up the tabs on the connectors for the ribbon cable of the touchscreen in order to remove it. And now we start removing all the remaining adhesive that was on the tablet. We do this with the help of a tweezer and also some isopropyl alcohol. This is the Wi-Fi antenna that I was telling you about, so be careful with it. I already ripped it from the little screws that hold it in place, but it still works. So to soften the adhesive we use isopropyl alcohol with a toothbrush just to wet it, and then we scrape it out with the help of a spudger. To finish up we use a cotton swab and remove the remains of the adhesive from the body of the iPad. And now just to check where the screws will be, this is the new speaker, and on the old speaker that's where the screws are, so that's the ones we need to remove. They are all Phillips screws and they have different sizes, so make sure to put them in order. We need now to remove this adhesive that is holding the speaker in place. On this part we will remove the connector for the power and for the speaker. We just lift up this little adhesive and then we remove the two connectors from the board. So the connector for the speaker has a few sponges on it. If you want, you can keep them. On this part, unfortunately, I forgot to zoom out. I apologize for that, but I was removing the speaker and it was quite hard. And on this part, as you will see, the batteries will need to be either completely removed, or in my case, since the iPad is old, I just pry them up a little bit with some plastic tools so that they will allow the speaker to be removed and the new one to be put back in place. So in order for this to be done properly, the batteries need to be removed. As I said, this is just a tablet to have at home, so I don't need to be with a 100% job. This is my tablet, it's not someone else's. So I just pry the batteries up. As long as I don't pierce them, this is okay to do. But if you're not safe doing this, just remove the batteries completely For that you just need to use a tool just like this little plastic card and then drop some IPA on it so it softens the adhesive, and then you can remove the batteries safely. In this case I just pried them up and then shoved the new speaker in place. Anda caos que ficou aqui, Jesus. I struggled a bit, as you can see, because it's quite hard as the batteries are doing a lot of pressure, but eventually I managed to do it. So the last part is just pulling this little adhesive up so it doesn't get the speaker to be stuck in place. Now put all the screws in place. And we will now connect the cables back onto the board. And with everything connected, we do a little test just to make sure that it has sound again. As you can see, everything is working in terms of sound because I screwed the power button. So now we glue the little Wi-Fi antenna back in place with a little double-sided tape. And that's glued in. I will then save you all the parts where I clean all the tablet and put new glue on it. And there it is, working again with sound. Let's do a couple of test runs here just to make sure that everything is working. So I had to use this little accessibility button in order to be able to turn the iPad off, but it's just a power button that is damaged, so the sound is working, as you can see. So let's do a couple of tests with the buttons and then a little bit of gameplay with a huge classic that, as you can see on the bottom here, I will play for you guys. The infamous Flappy Bird. So I hope you enjoyed. Give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you please, and I'll see you on the next video.